Hey everyone, this is Dr. Paulo here from Elite Gaming Mercs. I just want to let you guys know that I will be teaming up with the CNG Podcast. They have been a great support of what we do here on the channel that I would really appreciate it if you guys can support them too. You could support them on either Facebook or YouTube by going to the search engines and hitting CNG Podcast. Again, that is CNG Podcast. You could go ahead and hit follow or subscribe to their channel. Afterwards, you'll be able to see me there giving you my sports opinions. All right? Take care. This is Dr. Paulo signing off. Deuces.
I see it, you see it, they see it. It ain't nothing else to talk about, baby. Let's go. CNG Podcast. Come on, bear down.
Hi, I'm Sugar and Vodka, and so happy to be on the CNG Podcast. Bear down, Chicago.
Shout out the guys, CNG. Yes, sir.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is G Walker, one half of the CNG Podcast.
And I'm CJ, the other half of the CNG Podcast. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the CNG Podcast. This is the Bears versus Green Bay Packers post-game show. I got my guy Phantom J here with me. How you doing, man? How's it going?
I'm good, brother. How you doing?
Doing pretty good, man. Just getting done watching that game, man. It's like we had two different halves. You know,
man, look, that was rough. That hurt.
Yeah, man. I just can't believe the fact that we just had two different halves. One half it seemed like we were going good. The other half it seemed like we weren't going too good. And to so everyone that's going to be coming onto the show, if I see you backstage, I'll just let you up as you coming in. Miss Sugar and Vodka, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna ask you how you're doing because I seen your little rant on Facebook. So yeah, but we're gonna get into the first half because it seemed like the Bears were headed on a good track, and actually I'm gonna put up a couple of actually before that we're gonna go into the injury report. So going into this game, this is what we pretty much had going on. Darnell Mooney just went to the injury reserve due to his injury from the last game. Khalil Herbert also on the injury reserve, and Eddie Jackson also on the injury reserve. And of course, we know about the trades from Roquan and Robert Quinn. But
Brisker out too.
Oh yeah, Brisker was out. Gordon was out as well. So we had quite a few guys that were out. But
Brisker and Mooney were missed.
Definitely, most definitely. But first quarter, seemed like the Bears got off to a pretty good start offensively. How did you guys think that the pretty much the offense looked in that first quarter? Sugar and Vodka, let's start with you.
The first quarter, I thought everything was running smoothly. We looked good. Justin Fields looked good. Everybody looked good. Everything was flowing. Just didn't stay that way.
Right. Phantom J?
Man, look, we were moving the ball. We were running the ball. We were passing the ball. I mean, we were looking good. We were pulling some plays out, and we were making the defense scratch their head, and we were making them miss. We was looking good. Now, like Ms. Sugar and Vodka said, it just didn't stay that way.
Right, man. And for me, I was more concerned with this guy right here playing because of his separated shoulder, dislocated shoulder, whatever the hell you want to call it. But he looked pretty impressive in that first quarter. And then he breaks out with a huge run for 57 yards for a touchdown. The Bears did score a field goal. Then they come back with Justin running that 57-yard touchdown, making it 10-0. Pretty much at this point, were you guys surprised on how he was able to get free and pretty much break free to get that run? Because it seemed like the Packers were going to pretty much hold him there, and then he just broke free some type of way.
I was not surprised.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I wasn't surprised either. If you look ever since week 7, man, Justin's been playing his game. Justin's been pulling plays out, showing that he's elusive, showing that he's one of the most elusive and most fastest quarterbacks that we have in the league.
Okay, and I'm going to ask you guys both this next question. Now there's Packer fans, a lot of Packer fans talking shit.
Oh.
I was just on a stream today. The number one thing they say about Justin is that he's a running back, he's not a quarterback. I want to know both
Bears
of your
fans
guys'
say that
opinion on
too.
that. Yeah, some Bears fans say that too, but I hear mostly from Packer fans. I want to know what both of you guys think about that.
It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever fucking heard. And it's so stupid. Yes, he runs the ball. Yes, he's the top one. He's past Lamar. But he's great. We have our QB. I don't know what everyone's bitching about.
Okay.
He's a running quarterback. What do you want him to do? You telling me he wasn't throwing dots out there to Cole Kmet? I mean, when he needs to run, he runs. When he needs to throw, he throws. The man was out there throwing dots.
Right.
He does what he needs to do.
Yeah, when he needs to run, he runs. When he needs to throw, he throws. You know what I mean? He does what he needs to do. He makes people miss. He makes you second guess. He makes the defense respect his run. You have to respect that run. Because if you don't, then it opens it up for him to throw it on you.
Yeah, and I also think that it just comes down to a lot of people want him to be this traditional quarterback. They want him to just be in the pocket and just be throwing. But the problem is that if teams can't stop the run, you can't stop the run. You know, the kid runs. I mean, that's one of his specialties. So if you can't stop that, I mean, what you're gonna say? He's just a running quarterback. That just doesn't make any sense. We know this kid can throw the football. Oh, he can't throw. Oh, he can't do this. Well, I think he proved that today. He definitely proved it today. Moving forward into the game, Green Bay. I believe Green Bay scored. Actually, I'm gonna pull up this next picture up here. Actually, this is going into the second quarter. Bears had a 10-0 lead going into the second quarter. So you look at Green Bay's numbers here: 1 rushing yard, 49 passing yards. You see the Bears to 88 yards. A lot of that came from Justin. So this is the time of possession. So it seemed like the Bears had this pretty much controlled at this point. And then from there, we see David Montgomery get a touchdown a little bit later in that second quarter. Right here. That's the third quarter, excuse me. So pretty much from there, actually I think I got all twisted up here, but I'm sorry. So we see David Montgomery get a touchdown late in that second quarter. Going up 16-3. So at this point, you guys, did you think that the Bears had this game under control pretty much at that point? When Montgomery got that rushing touchdown, did you think that the Bears pretty much could maybe pull this game off? Even though maybe some of us may have thought it was going to be kind of hard for them, speaking with the Bears defense, did you guys think that they were going to be able to pull this off? Pretty much at that point.
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. What you going to say?
Oh, I said I did think we were going to pull it off. We looked great in the first half. Everything, like I said, everything was flowing great. Everything was working. And then the missed extra points and kind of everything started falling apart and the wheels came off.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily say I thought we had it. You got a Hall of Fame quarterback on the other end. You never count him out, especially when your defense can't touch him.
Yeah, but he's not the same.
He's still the elite. He's still an elite quarterback. He's still an elite quarterback. That man can still sling it out there. That man can still get it done when he needs to.
I guess definitely.
You got to respect him. You got to respect him.
Yeah, you got to respect him to a point, but at times in this game, he struggled, man. And that one particular throw that he had, I believe, was in the fourth quarter when he had, what was that? Randall Cobb wide open with 4 or 5 yards in front of him, and he completely missed him. And Packer fans were going crazy at that point. So I don't know if it's just his thumb injury is bothering him, but you can tell that he was not 100% in this game.
You could definitely tell he wasn't 100%. But like I said, you definitely don't want to. I definitely didn't want to count him out because he is that man. And when their defense can't put a hand on him, and gives them all day, then you just giving them time to pull out the miraculous, even with a hampered injury.
Today was such a big game. We've had the record for 100 years. And to lose it to the Packers, it was rough. And there's so many fans, well, we need the second pick. we need the second pick. It's like today's game was bigger than that pick to me anyway.
See, I'm a little conflicted on that one. As much as we need the pick,
and it doesn't even us losing. It doesn't guarantee that we get it. We still need this person, this team to win, this team to lose, and it's still, you know what I mean. So we should have won this game, but we didn't. We're gonna
get into the potential draft and all that a little bit later in the podcast. But the second half, guys, I don't have any overlays for the second half because I mean,
it was all bad.
It really wasn't nothing to pretty much show. Pretty much in the second half, it seemed like Bears defense disappeared. I don't even think it was really that well. I mean, the first half, I just think Green Bay mostly struggled. I mean, the defense did make some plays here and there. Jack Sanborn has been playing pretty well, but other than him, I really didn't see nobody really stepping up on the defense. Second half, it seemed like Green Bay came out and just, I don't know, man. They seemed like they wanted it more, especially in that fourth quarter, moving up to the fourth quarter because they went on an 18-0 run in that fourth quarter, pretty much getting 18 points. So what the hell happened in that fourth quarter? Let's not even talk about the Justin Fields turn 2 interceptions because I think it was a lot more that happened with that with penalties.
That wasn't his fault. That Justin Fields interception wasn't his fault. Mm-hmm. That was St. Brown not running the full route.
Right.
That was St. Brown. That was St. Brown not running the full route. St. Brown screwed him on that one. Now, had he had a competent receiver, my man makes that throw. Okay, that was not on Fields at all.
Well, speaking of the Bears receivers, let's just move ahead towards the end of the game. The Bears did lose the game 28 to 19. Actually got the wrong one up there. This was the final stats of the game. Justin Fields, 20 of 25, 254 yards, 2 interceptions. As you can see here with the run, he had 6 carries for 71 yards, 1 touchdown. Montgomery, 14 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown. Evans had 3 carries, 21 yards, and pretty much that was pretty much it for the run game. Now we go down here to the receivers. St. Brown had actually 3 catches for 85 yards. I think it's pretty much that was his best game as a Bear. Cole Kmet, he's been playing consistent as of late. 6 catches for 72 yards. Harry had a nice 49-yard catch today. I thought he was going to damn near break his neck the way he landed. But he played pretty well. Claypool, 5 catches, 28 yards. He really didn't had too much of an impact. It then finished with the 14-yard catch. But Jay, I want to piggyback to pretty much what you said about the receivers. Out of that receiving core, who do you think? Not to say number one receiver, but who do you think will be back on this team as far as making an improvement pretty much going into next year? Because now we know that the Bears are going to be in evaluation. They're going to be in evaluation period. They're already there right now. So who do you think out of that receiving core has a good chance to come back to this team and make an improvement?
A guaranteed comeback, and it's an unfortunate one, is Claypool, because we just invested a second round pick in him, and I'm sorry to some of his fans, but he hasn't played up to that second round pick, in my opinion. You know what I mean? He hasn't shown second round pick, worthiness of as far as in his receiving game. So I mean, he's gonna come back definitely. After that, I mean, can we give a round of applause for Cole Kmet finally showing up in year 3? Mm-hmm. Year 3, my man. Year 3, second half of the season, my man finally showed up. But I mean, he's looking good. I wouldn't say he's a number 1 tight end. I say we definitely need to go out and invest in another tight end. Yeah. But I say bring him back, give him another shot, because goddamn it, he's shown something. He's finally showing something. And he's doing it consistently. That's what we all need to look for, is consistency. Right. Neil Harry came out with that 49-yard play that looked good. St. Brown even had, what was that, a 50-yard reception?
50-yard, 51-yard reception, something like that.
Yeah, something like 50-yard reception, but St. Brown's a bum. He's cut. Harry's cut too. Let's be real. I mean, We don't have a receiving core. We don't. We don't have a receiving core. Period. Point blank. We have in Mooney. We have a 1/2. Depending on how you see Mooney and depending on who you go out there and get, Mooney's a 1/2.
Okay.
But outside of that, we damn sure ain't got a solid number 2. We damn sure ain't got a solid number 3. Unless Claypool comes out next year and shows something miraculous. Right now, he's showing he's cut.
Wow. Okay. Sugar and Vodka, I'm gonna ask you the same question about this receiving core. I know Justin Fields. We know how much you feel about Justin going into the season and what he's been doing so far. Do you think he has enough help going into next year with that receiving core?
Not at all. That's the main thing that we need to key in for the draft is wide receivers. That's like the first thing that we need because we don't have any consistency there. It's like 1 week somebody be like, oh, yeah, that's great. And then the next week it's gone. And consistency is what we need.
Okay. Well,
and Claypool, I had so much more faith in him than what he's been doing. It's like.
Cut.
Okay.
So
I'm look to y'all who watching and to Sugar and Vodka, to Jay, I love y'all. I really do love y'all, but I'm gonna have to bust y'all bubble here. First of all, when it comes to the draft, you're gonna get it's receivers in the middle of the first round that you could be able to get, but that means Pace is gonna Pose is gonna have to.
Yeah, don't make me choke on my drink with that name.
Right, you almost did. I saw you.
Don't go back to that. We're not going backwards.
That was my mistake, but Pose is gonna have to trade back. Now, when you talk about this receiving core, I think we're kind of beating on them a little bit too much. Now, Jay, I will agree with you. There is no number one. There's definitely no number one. So I definitely agree with you with that. But I definitely think Mooney, if he comes back from his injury, 100%, I still think Mooney is a good number 2. I don't put him as a number 1 because you really can't go to him. He can't take over a game to get you a win. You know what I'm saying? When I look at a number 1 receiver, I look at a number 1 receiver as far as, can this guy take over a game? Can this guy, pretty much, carry the team for a win? Can Justin throw him the ball 10 times? Can he get 2-3 touchdowns out of those 10 catches? So that's what I look at as a number 1 receiver. Do I think Mooney is that? No, I do not. Do I think Claypool has potential to be that? Possibly. But it's going into Claypool for 1 second. He hasn't had enough time with Justin. I don't, and it was a couple of games that we haven't seen much of Claypool. I don't know why. Maybe he doesn't know the offensive playbook. Maybe him and Justin don't have that connection. And I know that him and Justin recently was doing stuff after practice with each other as far as getting that connection with each other. But again, I think when it comes to a receiver like Claypool, he's got to get adjusted to his quarterback. And that's going to be kind of hard getting adjusted to Justin because, one, he's running and doing all this. Now he has to start spreading the ball around and can't focus on one receiver. So I think you may not see Claypool put up big numbers, but I think at some point he will be effective in a way to where he will be an end zone threat. But he has to improve on certain things of his game, and Justin has to do the same thing. So I think in time, we just don't know. But I say to cut him, I think that's too early to say, man. Now, next year, if he's coming out doing the same thing, then I say, okay, you know what? Yeah, maybe so. But I think right now it's too early. Plus, he's under contract for another year. You know what I mean? So I don't think they're just going to cut him.
Well, no, that's why I said he's definitely a comeback because of, we invested the pick and he's on the contract, but I just don't see
He's just needs to show that he's worth what we
paid. He needs to show that he's worth the investment we put in him. And I honestly going into speaking of the investment, just to be real, I wasn't a fully bought into the investment in the first place. Okay. He's year 3 in the league. This is actually year 4 in the league. Year 4, year 3, year 4 in the league. Hasn't put up 1,000-yard season. So I didn't see putting that high of an investment in him as worthiness. But like you said, he's under contract and he is with a new quarterback. So hopefully next year he's putting up some different numbers.
Okay. And now I'm gonna go to you, Sugar, because you did say about the draft and free agency. I'm gonna just say this: free agency, there's nothing there. I mean, the only thing that's out there is the kid Jacob. Was it Jacob Mayers from Tennessee? That could be a possible free
No,
agent.
there's a potential one coming out of New England.
Who was that?
I can't remember the kid's name right now.
Slayton.
I'm not 100%.
Okay.
We got
Well,
a free agency
yeah.
that's definitely dry.
Yeah, it's really dry, so you can see why the Bears have to do what they have to do. Am I, is he a big name? No. Does he have, based off of potential, what we've seen when Roethlisberger was there? Yeah, you can base it off of that, but that was a couple of years ago when Roethlisberger was still playing and he was, there doing whatever with Juju and whatnot. So, I mean, I can see Bear fans could be a little bit optimistic about, about Claypool and, what he's able to bring, but I think you just got to give it time. This team has shown improvement. I think the wide receivers will be okay if they get the connection with Justin and as far as getting practice time, it's gonna come in time. So as far as number one receivers, we just have to see what's gonna pan out. But I want to see pretty much improvement. I think everybody's jumping too fast, trying to, who's gonna be a number one. We're gonna have a number one next year. This may be a 1 to 2 year thing. I'm not gonna be fake here. It may be a 1 or 2 year thing. So the Bears not having a good season this year, they may go 9-8 next year. The year after that, they may go 13-4 or whatever. So it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take a process. Actually, before we move on, I'm gonna get in a couple of comments here. Nicholas Pipe said, "Yeah, it's too early for Clay." So he said it's too early for Clay. Um, my mom is saying, "What's up, everybody? Good show. Appreciate it, Mom. Appreciate you." And Nicholas said again, by year 3, we should see what we got. Yeah, I mean, you gotta give this time. It's not gonna happen in year 1. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna possibly happen in year 2. It's gonna take time to get this going. It's definitely gonna take time to get this going. But I want to get into the defense side of the ball because it seemed like that's been our most problem. We have no pass rush at all. And I know Sugar, I know you said wide receiver, that should be our priority. But if you look at that pass rush, we have no pass rush at all. No interior pass rush, no edge pass rush, nothing. Or I'm sorry, interior as far as stopping the run, we have none of that. So I know everybody's been pretty much saying they want the Bears to get this guy right here, Willie Anderson Jr. Now I want to get both of you guys' opinion on that. If you guys seen video on him, what you think about him? Do you think the Bears, if they have that opportunity, if he's available, should they get this guy? Sugar, we'll start with you.
I am not familiar with him,
Mm-hmm.
but we do need help with that defense. Because was it just last week? I was, watching the game and you heard Vildor and great coverage, and it was like, wait, what?
That name.
No, that's two things. That's two things like you never hear together. I literally had to rewind it, and I was like, huh, no shit. So yeah, and we're so used to having the greatest defense. Like defense is all we've ever had, and now the defense is slimmed out. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of missing pieces right now.
Okay. Jay, what's your thought
We
on
do
it?
have a great core.
I I can't even say we have a great core on defense. We have a couple good pieces.
I mean, I just on the team in the whole.
Oh, the team on the whole, yeah.
Yeah.
The defense is just. Look, I've seen a little bit of Willie Anderson, just a little bit of him. The kid looks good. The kid, shows up on tape. I'll put up a name that you haven't heard associated with us, and it's a wide receiver. What is the kid's name? Quentin Johnson. Quentin Johnson, wide receiver. Top 10 potential. Top 10 candidate. Slated in a most recent mock draft to go where? To the Packers. Why give Aaron Rodgers why give Green Bay another offensive weapon when everybody said when we traded Roquan that we need to focus on the offensive side of the ball. Well, okay, let's give my boy, Justin Fields a wide receiver if we have the potential to give him one. Willie Anderson, if he's available, it's one of those things like best player available, what position you feel you need most in. And honestly, it's hard to choose between an offensive weapon and the whole rebuilding defense.
Okay, so let me ask both of y'all this question, because it seems like both of y'all leaning more towards offensive side as far as getting Justin that another weapon to help him out. So you guys pretty much saying, let's just say the Bears end up third pick or whatever. Do you think drafting a guy like Johnson will be too high? Do you think they can go back and get him and maybe get another player middle in the first round or late in the first round?
I don't think we trade back. Okay. It's hard to choose between the rebuilding defense and the potential for a good weapon on offense. We definitely need something on offense because, like you said, some people don't consider Mooney a number one.
I don't. At least I don't.
And if you look at free agency, there's more defensive weapons out coming up on free agency, especially on defensive line. You got more defensive edges and more interior defenders coming out in free agency than you have offensive weapons. Like the best offensive weapon I think coming out in free agency, Mike Gesicki, the tight end from Miami. So I mean, it's really a toss-up. It's really a toss-up as to who what you go for, whether it's the defense or the offense. But if everybody's bailing in and saying that you need to go and build around the offense, and that was the point of trading Roquan, then you kind of got to go out there and get another offensive weapon. In my opinion, if you completely bailed out on your defense this year, which by trading Roquan they did. They bailed out on defense. They traded away their best defender. And let's remind the people that traded player still our leading tackler. Even after the trade. So after trading that kind of a guy, I think you kind of have to go and get you an offensive weapon.
Okay, Sugar, was there anything you wanted to add to that? Jay, I'm gonna come back to that, but Sugar, was there anything you want to add to that?
No, I agree. We need we need a weapon for Justin to have a go-to, and we don't have that right now in anybody.
Okay. My thing is, the kid could possibly have potential, but here's the thing. When you draft guys like that, you don't know if they're gonna pan out that first year. You don't know if they're gonna pan out that second year. So now you're basically waiting on development, potential, and all this other stuff. You're pretty much waiting on a guy to see what he's gonna do. So it's that what if. And I think with Justin, he's got to get guys that already know how to, play certain roles or whatever as far as the offensive schemes and whatnot. That's why I think he needs help. And he got a lot of guys that has a lot of immaturity, a lot of guys that have a lot of snaps in the NFL. So you got a lot of guys who may have been fourth or fifth strings on their team, basically in rotations on their team. So I just think he needs more, a little bit more veteran help, guys who's been, at least a number one receiver, a number two receiver, possibly on another team. So I don't know if the whole thing with Johnson, it could be a possibility. We don't know what Poe's is gonna do. The thing about Poe is that he's so unpredictable. We don't know what draft picks he's gonna do. He surprised us with the whole Brisker thing. When I saw Brisker, that I was like, wow. Even with Gordon, I know sometimes he struggled, but he nailed too much. He nailed with those two draft picks at least. So with him, you just really don't know. But I can see you guys' point to where Justin needs more weapons. I can definitely say that the offense definitely needs to improve. But what I think it needs to be improved at is the offensive line. I think Justin needs more time to make the decisions out there, because even though he's good with running, I don't want him running 70% of the time during the offense.
Facts.
I want him to be able to run, when he feels necessary to, not because he has to. You know what I mean? He's doing a lot of runs because he has to. I don't want that from him. So I want a better offensive line more than anything before we start talking about receivers, because maybe he can get more time out there. Maybe these receivers will have more time to catch the football and be a little bit more effective. Now, they may not be number ones, but at the same time, I just think he needs more time out there. We're going to get into these comments real quick that I didn't get a chance to get into. Nicholas said that the young DBs didn't look too bad. No, and the thing is though too, also Nicholas, with that is that the Bears defensive line has played bad to where you had the linebackers and the DBs pretty much doing work on the back end to stop any guy from getting a touchdown, to stop any guy from making big plays. So that's why they putting a lot of pressure on the secondary and the linebacking and the linebackers. He's also Nicholas said he still could be around in the second. Nicholas, who are you talking about? Who could be still in the second round? Put it in the comment section.
Nicholas,
And
you were
then we
talking
got
about Quentin Johnson. That's a top 10 rated pick right there.
Yeah, I'm not sure who he was talking about, so I just want him to clarify that. And then we got excuse me, Necessary Evil, just checking in from work. He said the kid from Alabama.
Johnson's from TCU, my guy.
Yeah, you got.
Oh, you're talking about Willie Johnson?
Yeah, you got to put a name out there because I'm not sure who you're talking about. You said Willie Johnson?
I think Willie Johnson's from Alabama.
Okay.
But Johnson's again another top 10 projected talent. See, the thing is, we can address the offensive line in free agency. There's at least 3 Pro Bowl offensive linemen coming out in free agency. One of them, again, links with Getsky, played for Getsky in Green Bay. Jenkins coming up Pro Bowl, coming over from the Packers. He's up for free agency. Chiefs got a guy coming up in free agency from the offensive line. So there's a couple veteran guys. That's where I think we need to get veterans, is that offensive line.
I agree. And Sugar, do you think the offensive line needs to get more veterans on it, or would you like for the Bears to pretty much get more offensive linemen in the draft as far as getting more depth? What's your thought on that?
I'd like them to get a veteran.
Okay.
Nicholas Johnson's a top 10 projected pick, my guy. He's not slated for the second round at all.
He's not going to the second round. I've seen some tape on him. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's a top 10, top 15 guy.
Yeah, I just don't think the Bears are gonna. I mean, whatever pick they get, top 5, I don't think they're gonna get him at that pick. I think they'll trade down if they really want to get him. I think they trade down. You really can't predict what the Bears are gonna do as far as what draft pick they're gonna get. You said players drop all the time.
Quentin Johnson, the wide receivers guy, in comparisons to Julio Jones in his prime, so that's not a bad comparison.
I mean, Nicholas, I don't know, man. I've seen tape on this kid. I don't think he's gonna drop, man. He's definitely a talent, man.
He gets to the quarterback.
Yeah, but at the same time, the only thing I get concerned with the Bears, I don't want him to make a decision based off of one guy. You got so many things that you can, fill up and do on your team. So I'm gonna say this personally. I wouldn't mind if the Bears trade back to get more picks. You know what I'm saying? Because they do need some depth. They do need some young talent. So if the Bears got to trade back to get more picks, to do that, hey, do it. I mean, if you feel like you don't have that guy, that it guy in them top, within those top 5 pick, trade back and see what you can get. So
I agree with you that we could trade back, but if we do trade back, I say we trade back for a pick and a proven player.
Yeah, that could be a possibility too, Joe.
A pick and a proven player. Like you were saying, you want somebody like proven for Justin. That'd be a situation where we can get somebody proven for Justin, a pick and a player.
The draft is always a gamble.
Right.
Never know what anybody's gonna do.
And he said, and Nicholas said, "Look what we got. What we got, Justin." I mean,
First round.
what's y'all take? Actually, I want to get y'all take on what he just said. I want to get you guys' take on what he just said. As far as him saying, okay, Justin went with number 11. This guy's a possibility that he can drop down. Now, as far as with me, before I'm gonna let you guys answer, as far as with Justin, I think more of Justin came from him not, I guess, being a little bit accurate as people thought that he could be, and I think that had a lot to do with him dropping down. Was his him not being accurate as far as his throwing. So we knew Justin had the talent, but I think, as far as him dropping, had a lot to do with him being accurate. Now, would you guys agree with that or disagree with that?
Sugar, you want to go first?
Yeah, I wouldn't agree with that. It's just people looked at the other people in the draft class and they were like, oh yeah, this one's gonna look great. This one's gonna be great. And as far as I'm concerned, we won.
Honestly,
Okay.
I agree. I think it was more. I will agree, CJ, that I think they were kind of looking at him as more of a mobile player than anything else. But I think honestly, there was more of people looking at guys like Trevor Lawrence and thinking he was going to do better. He was going to be better. And honestly, like Shug said, I think we won that one. I mean, I think we got the most complete player. We got the most modern day quarterback.
Okay.
Detroit damn near took out Trevor today with a low hit.
Yeah, Detroit. Detroit did that. They pretty much annihilated him. And as far as Minnesota, man, they won with the skin of their teeth during that game because there was several occasions where I thought the Jets were going to pull it out. Man, they just did too many stupid mistakes at the end.
And they're running away with the division, though.
Yeah, they're definitely doing that. But as far as moving forward for the remainder of the season, we know the Bears got a bye week coming up. I'm going to get both of you guys' opinions on what do you want to see from the Bears after the bye week moving forward. What direction do you want to see them as far as finishing the season? If players that you guys feel like haven't got more time, who do you guys want to see get more time out there on the field? So I just want to get your guys' opinion on that. As far as who you guys want to see out there more, and as far as the Bears finishing the season, where do you guys believe that they will finish pretty much record-wise or whatever?
The rest of the season's a wash, but it would be nice to see the younger players get more clock time out there, to get more reps in, to get to know the plays better for next season. And as far as winning, after today I wanted to win. The rest of the games, I'm good with whatever happens. I just want people to be ready for next season at this point.
Okay.
I don't know. I was one of the people that didn't want Justin to play today, just because I was leaning a little more towards not so much on the draft side, the whole draft perspective of saving, tanking for the draft pick, but more for the fact that I would like him to stay healthy for next season. I'm thinking more longevity wise, keeping him healthy for next season.
Excuse me.
You know what I mean? Because as Shug just said, the rest of the season is a wash. We wanted to win this game because it was the rivalry game, but let's be real though. If you looked at our schedule, it's not favoring. The rest of the schedule does not favor us at all. So I mean, I'd like to see Claypool show out, show some more, show. I want to see a return investment on that second round pick from Claypool. I want to see a little bit of what some of y'all are talking about in the young man. I'm trying to give the young man the benefit of the doubt. I like to first and foremost see us get healthy, get Brisker and Gordon back. You know what I mean? Give them time to shine, give them time to get back. Ejack's already done for this season, so we ain't got to worry about him. But Brisker and Gordon back, and let them gel, because I think honestly the three best players we have on defense are Gordon, Brisker, and Sanborn. Other than that, it's a bunch of whodunits.
I agree with that.
Sanborn, definitely.
Yeah,
And
Sanborn
Brisker
been
is up and coming.
Yeah, Sanborn been playing like a beast. We actually got G Walker who just pulled up in, so we're gonna bring our man G Walker in here. He gonna get his thoughts about this game today. G Walker, what's going on, man?
What's good? What's good?
What's good with you, man? I see you got some time. Today, man. Was you able to see the game today?
Oh, y'all watched the game? Hell yeah.
Man, what did you think? What did you think about? Because it seemed like the first, like I was telling Jay and Sugar, it seemed like we had two different halves, man. It seemed like the first half, the
We
Bears
tanking, man. We tanking.
Huh?
We tanking.
Look, hold on.
It's the only explanation, bro. Like, I don't know what the fuck Gesky was doing in that third quarter where he ran Montgomery 8 goddamn times in the third quarter and not one pass. Like, what the hell are we doing? Like, he folded in that second half, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna get to the coaching. I was gonna get to the coaching next, but this whole taking thing, because everybody been saying taking. When you tank, you can get the first overall pick. There's no such thing you taking for a second pick. There's not a such thing you taking for a third pick. When you tank, you get.
But we already got the quarterback. We already got our quarterback.
Wait a minute though, but listen.
It's not even guaranteed. It's not guaranteed.
the team who's guaranteed that pick right now is Houston. They guaranteed that pick. They're gonna keep losing. They're the ones who tanking, but they're gonna keep losing. So that's the team who's really tanking here. But if you can't tank for a second and a third pick, because it can simultaneously change. But Houston, they're gonna keep losing.
Right.
But yeah, man, that fourth quarter, 18 points, man. 18-0 in that fourth quarter. What the hell happened, G Walker?
It's the defense, man. Like, it's only so long before you're a team that you're supposed to be a dominant team. You're a young team, and you plan to get somebody like Aaron Rodgers. And if you're not a team that can really just knock them out of a game, you leave that door wide open. You know what I'm saying? So we left the door wide open, in the third quarter, but like I say, between Gesky and that horrible ass defense, shit, we didn't have a chance when they wanted to really win that game. I mean, we had it won, but at the same time, it looked like we couldn't hold on to it, man. Just the signs of a young team, and we tanking. So whatever.
All right, you gonna stick with that? I feel you, brother. But look, man, I asked Jay and Vaca this question as far as the draft. I asked him this question, like as far as what do they want the Bears to do? They're leaning more towards the offense. Jay said wide receiver. Sugar is pretty much going with getting Justin another weapon. Where's your head at right now as far as what do you think the Bears need within that first pick that they're going to make?
Defense. I saw Fields to go 11 for 11 today on the field, man, with pretty much second string wide receivers today. So I'm not worried about the offense. We need a pass rush. We need Carter, or we need that guy from Georgia, Alabama. What's his name? Willie Anderson Jr. Yeah, we need somebody like that, man, to stop this run, bro. To stop. We get zero pressure, man. We're not getting pressure on nobody, bro. Nobody. So I'm going defense with that first pick, man. If we don't use it on defense, you know what? We get rid of Detroit. We package a deal with Detroit and eat Detroit with the draft and beat Detroit that way in the draft. And trade up and get more picks with them.
Okay. And y'all know we going on the bye. Y'all pretty much know this season is pretty much done with. We've been seeing improvement, at least from the offense side of the ball. Defensively, the defensive line is atrocious. Jay was saying that the Bears could possibly get a couple of defensive players as far as improving that line in free agency. So G Walker, do you believe that the Bears could go that route, or do you just believe that it's not enough out there for the Bears to pretty much improve this defense? I think they have to improve it this offseason. They have to. They can't go into next year with this crappy ass defensive line they got.
So what question?
What I was saying is that as far as the defensive line, Jay was pretty much saying with the defensive line that he feels that, hey, the Bears can get free agents in as far as the defensive line to improve the Bears defense, defensive line going into next year.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you think
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think, this is the first time I think I've seen with the Bears had everything going for them. As far as picks, for quarterback, it's all on the front offense. Yeah, and the way Pose works, he works quick. It seems like when he wants something, he goes and gets it. It's not a long, drawn-out process. Once he wants something, he goes and get it. So, yeah, I think we can. One off season, man. You pay somebody to stop that run. I don't know who we could get, but I believe in Pose, man. I think we can do it. One off season.
CJ, to answer your question earlier, Jacoby Myers was the dude I was talking about from New England. Yo, you're muted. You're muted.
That's what I was talking about. I didn't know. I thought he was on Tennessee, but yeah, he did go to the Patriots. So yeah, that's exactly who I was talking about. So because my sister put up a comment, she ain't watched the Bears since Lovie Smith was a coach. Damn, it's been that long, huh? But damn, I didn't think it was that long for her, but I guess it was.
Damn, since Lovey, that's crazy. Come on, sis.
Lovey, man. Yeah, man. She chime in every now and then, but hey, it is what it is. But other than that, man, I think that's pretty much it, man. As far as this Bears, man, I think some of us had the Bears winning today. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. So, you say you didn't?
I did. I wanted this one, man. I wanted this one.
Yeah, I mean, I had them winning too. I had them winning too. But with Aaron Rodgers, man, it seemed like when they get rolled in that second half, man, they unstoppable, man. Them scoring 18 points in the fourth quarter, that's tough, man. I want to mention one more. I want to talk about one more thing with you guys. The Bears coaching, as far as the defense side of the ball, because in offense too, we can go both ways. As far as the Bears coaching, what do you want to see them? What do you want to see from the coaching moving forward for the end of this season?
Go
Jay,
ahead,
I want to start with you. Or Internet.
Oh, go ahead, Jay. My bad, Jay. Go ahead.
Honestly, Flus has surprised me. It's been better than I've thought, but honestly, if we have the option of getting like Sean Payton, I wouldn't mind picking up Sean Payton. I feel like he'd be better for our offense and for Justin Fields' development. And I wouldn't mind seeing Flusser taking the back seat and just taking the care of the defense, because who he's got taking care of the defense now, just he's a head scratcher.
Yeah.
The defensive coordinator's a head scratcher. Offensively, Getsky's I can't figure Getsky out. One minute Getsky's calling plays that look like modern day NFL offense, and then he calls 8 straight damn runs.
That shit was crazy.
8 straight runs, not one play option, not one run play option, not a play action.
After Fields threw like 2 straight 50-yard bombs and shit.
Yeah. Just 8 straight runs.
And then you go for the run on third down.
Yeah.
On third down.
Yeah. And you don't even run with your top runner. That's one of those situations where I would have liked to see Fields cut and run.
Something, man.
Sugar,
what's your thought on the coaching staff and what they can do?
Getsy needs to decide what he's gonna do. He's like all over the place, and he looks like he's trying to guess. Like, well, should we go with that? Should we go with that? Oh, that was good. No, we'll stick with that. No, but the other day. So it's just like he's not certain of himself. He's not certain of his own plays, and he looks like he's just tossing shit out there. And he needs to figure out what he's going to go with and stick with it. And know what calls to play. Defense, it's all over the place right now. and that definitely needs to improve. Whichever that needs to happen, but it definitely needs to improve.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the Bears definitely need a defensive identity. They do not have one at all. I mean, yeah, Brisker seemed like he's the head of that as far as being the leader of that defense. Gordon, I think, could be behind him with a couple, with a year or two, getting more of experience with him. JJ's been okay this year, but I don't know if it's been injuries with him or what's going on. Maybe it's the scheme of things, but they definitely need to figure out what they're going to do defensively with this team to get an identity. Because when you talk about the Chicago Bears, you got to talk about defense, no matter what. You talk about defense, and if your defense is not intact, I don't care if what Justin does. If the defense ain't going to come, they're not with nothing. Championship or anything.
Yeah, it's not like we've had low scoring games and still lost every week. The defense is not there.
Gee, anything you want to add to that?
We just can't stop nobody.
Man, I ain't got nothing else, man. I just think before I get up out of here, I had a few minutes. I'm still out here running errands and shit, man. But the offense is still a question mark, man. Always. The offense is still a question mark, man. The defense is a bigger question mark. But I do like Eberflus, and I like the culture that he's changed. Guys are fighting every game, tooth and nail for every yard, for every fight. They're fighting, man. But as far as their defensive coordinator, I got more question marks than I do for the offensive coordinator. But Gasky is not off my list. That's my last comment, man. And his Dark Materials premiere tomorrow at Monday. I can't wait. And I'm out, man. God bless y'all, and I love y'all, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you, G. All right,
man.
All right, bro.
Peace.
All right, Nicholas said everybody got to trust the process. I mean, it's not like we don't trust the process, but we see cracks in the defense. We know that part of that is the coaching. We know part of that is that you got players in schemes. I mean, the only one seem like they're relishing in the scheme right now is Sanborn. Because he's out there and he's playing. Now, Brisker, when he's out there, he does make plays. Gordon has done plays here and there. JJ has played okay, but at times he struggled. So it's the fact, it's not the fact as far as trusting the process. You got to trust the process when you know a direction that it's going in. And when you don't have a direction that you're going in defensively, it's hard for you to trust anything when you don't know where you're going. It's like you being in a car driving with a person that's blindfolded. Are you going to trust that person? You're going to trust the process of where they're going?
We're trusting the process in the offense. It's just the defense.
It's the defense we're not trusting.
It hasn't given us anything to trust.
It's hard to trust a process that's not clear. There's no clarity in the process. You talk about you can't say that you're tanking on the defense to invest in the offense just to say that we're rebuilding the defense again. That makes no sense.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't trade away your best defenders and say, you know what, we're going all in for offense, and then be like, well, we got to rebuild the defense. Yeah, so that's where there's no clarity in the process. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, as far as Poe is concerned, I'm gonna just let him do his thing, man. He did his thing this offseason as far as the draft and everything. So I'm gonna just let him do his thing. I'm not gonna get on him and jump on him because he did a pretty good job in the draft last year. I'm just gonna wait and see what he does this year and in free agency. But as far as the coaching, man, as far as the defense, man, they got to figure something out. There's no identity. There's no identity on the defense. We know what the offense can be. We seen Justin. The identity is showing on that offense with Justin. We got to see what it's going to look like on the defense for us to say, okay, now we really trust in this process. You know what I mean? So until we see that on the defense, it's going to be 50-50. It's going to be back and forth. But other than that, man, I appreciate you Phantom J and Vodka for coming on to the show today. I appreciate everybody in the comment section for leaving your comments down, for chatting with us. This was a tough game, man. It was a tough second quarter to watch, man. With Green Bay doing what they're doing. But hey, I mean, as far as the Bears concerned, at least we know where our offense is headed. At least we have a pretty good idea with that. It's just the defense, man. We just don't know. And I'm not knocking the whole defense. I'm just knocking that front forward because I really do believe that the Bears secondary can improve. They already got some rookies that are promising. You know, I just think that they got to put more pieces in there to draw it all together. But I appreciate everybody for watching. If you have not liked this video, please like this video on Facebook. We're also live on YouTube and on Twitter. So if you're watching on all those platforms, make sure you like the video. We are going to a bye week. And I think right now everybody needs a bye week. You know, I know we've been gone for a minute. G Walker, still trying to, get over his cold and whatnot. So we all trying to get back into the work of things. I think hopefully the Bears after the bye week, we'll start to see, as far as what they've been working on moving forward. But they got a tough schedule coming up after that bye week, man. They got the Eagles, man. And the way them Eagles been playing, they're going to fly their asses right to the damn Super Bowl.
AJ Brown going to torch the shit out of our secondary.
Oh,
yeah, it's going to be a hard game to watch.
Did you see the way he torched that boy's ankles?
He
left that defender in the dirt and just he moonwalked into the end zone.
Man, oh man. So yeah, the Bears gonna have a tough one, man. They're gonna need Brisker. They're gonna need all hands on deck, man. They're gonna need everybody. And man, that defense, man, that front four, I don't know what they're gonna do with that front four, but they need something, man. They need to go sit down and meditate, go do something, man.
Let's be real. Other than Sanborn, it's the front eight. Because our linebackers ain't the best either.
Good point.
It's a whole front. We need a whole front eight.
Right. Because excuse me, Sanborn is not getting that much help. So, man, I don't know, man, but they need something. But again, man, appreciate y'all for coming through. Again, we headed to a bye week, so we won't be back here until the 18th, I believe. So hope everybody enjoy the rest of their day, man. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe out there. Sugar and Vodka, Jay Phantom, I appreciate y'all again for coming through. And y'all go before we leave, shout out your pages.
Go ahead, Sugar.
Sugar and Vodka. So.
Phantom J here on Facebook.
Man, go to Sugar and Vodka's page. Go, I don't think she put enough soul into that. Go to Sugar and Vodka's page, man. Leave her a whole bunch of likes, man. She's doing her thing over there. And Jay Phantom, man, to all you gamers out there, he's doing this thing on Fortnite. Yo, go to his page, go leave some likes, do all that stuff, man. Go support these guys, man. These guys are part of CNG when they get a chance to come on the podcast. So y'all go show them some love, some support.
Appreciate you, my guy.
Yeah, man, most definitely. But all right, you guys, we're about to get ready to get up out of here. You guys have a good one. We'll be back on the 18th as far as the Bears and I guess the Eagles. We will have a Bull show coming up this upcoming Friday, next Friday coming up. So y'all stay tuned for that. But until then, you guys have a good one.
You too, bro. Later.
All right.
You